got I got Misia on the line, and she had shared with me a issue that she had, an actual racial profiling event that happened to her yesterday, and she wanted to share it with me and the rest of everybody, let everybody know what happened at a particular TJ Maxx store. So what's going on, Amicia?
Yes, sir. Yesterday around 9:30,
Uh huh.
very close to closing now, me and my daughter went in the store. Upon arriving in the store, no one spoke to us, nobody greeted us or anything. So we were in there enjoying ourselves, looking at the pocketbook, just regular shopping. So I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. Let me just get some lunch. So when we got in the aisle with these chips and stuff, that's when we really started noticing they come in there sneaking, peeping. The manager came back there to put a plate of mad, then the next girl came down the aisle. We leave out that aisle and go around some more food. The same woman that was keeping before he came back there. Can I help you? I'm like, sir, what are you guys doing all this keeping and sneaking? No, I'm just doing my job. I'm just trying to be nice. I said, but if that's the case, you would have spoke to me the very first time instead of peeping at me. So, but we don't really need any help trying to select a strip or food. So he's like, oh, I'm just trying to be nice. So the same manager lady now, she came all the way back to the store. Mind you, I'm in the back of the store. All the employees so are there with us. Everywhere we go, they're there. Then there's this man with the dark shade. He comes. So I'm like, why is this 2014 or 2013 and we're still going through stuff like this? Like, is this for real? Then he put on his dark shades and walk over to another lady in the island. And but the whole time she is an employee of the store too. It's just me and my goddaughter really in the store.
Okay.
So it's very quiet and nice. So
Okay, okay, hold on. Let me recap a little bit. So you walked in the store and nobody greeted you, but then when you started to walk around shopping, they walked up on you and say, "Can I help you?" all of a sudden, and then
yeah, that's the same person that was peeping at me before.
okay, so
Then he came over there.
okay, so okay, so you told them that nah, I'm good, everything, and then some loss prevention guy start following you around after that.
Yes, because as soon as I turned when my daughter was like, see the same lady there? And I'm like, I stopped, but she didn't know that we stopped. So she's sitting around the little rack, and then our eyes made her. So she gave me one of the fake smiles, and I just looked at her, shake my head, and keep walking through the shoe. Now, when I turned from shoes, there's a man standing there with his phone in his hand. So this is the same man that figures the loss prevention with the dark glasses on.
Uh huh.
But we're at the back of the store. Now they send this boy with a bra. He's supposed to, I guess, be putting back the bra, but he don't have on a TJ Maxx tag or anything, but I know he worked there, sir. Right? He came, he passed the bra, he stopped, he looked back at us, then he walked back to the bra. So my goddaughter on the video said, oh, you thought you supposed to put back the bra, huh? Everywhere we went, even in the same aisle there with us. Like,
so basically, he was telling y'all like the police. Everywhere you went, every aisle, he was there. You turned around, you saw him looking at you.
Just him, every employee of the store. Like,
okay, let me ask you a question.
They tax and stuff, so they can pretend to be shopping.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you a question. If you felt that uncomfortable, why didn't you say, you know what? Forget these people. I'm not giving them my money. I'ma leave. Why didn't you do that?
No, because you remember now, I'm telling you, I run in this store late. I'm trying to get some stuff because I'm leaving Jamaica. It's a last minute thing. So I didn't really have options to be, oh, I got to go to another store. And then I already was in there before I started noticing them doing it over and over.
So was this, hold on, sister. So basically, you was in a rush because you're going to go to Jamaica, correct? That's what the reasoning?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So I can understand why you ain't got time to run around. So you finally finish shopping with this dude following you around. You get to the front, and how much money did you spend in TJ Maxx?
It's $255 in cash.
Okay, so you spent $255 in cash. Once you spent the money, you bought your items. What happened after that?
Where it got real crazy. We got to the register. Now, everybody else in the back of the store with us is in the front now. So my goddaughter was already pissed off. So she started to get to the cashier. Something. I don't even remember because I was behind her. So I turned to her and I'm like, no, she's nice. She don't really know what's going on in the back. She said, no, they all together. She probably sent them right there. So I'm like, I ain't really answer that. So the manager, Miss Janet A, is going to tell my goddaughter, you cannot talk like that in here. Not with that tone. Get out. So she was like, no, this is America's freedom of speech. So she said, F you, bitch. The young man came. He's like, no, bitch, something, something. My God, I just took out the phone. I was about to record him. He almost like hopped over the counter. You
Mm-hmm.
can't record me. You can't record me. I didn't give you a consent for that. And there's another pregnant girl came in. She slammed the register door. Came in there. Bitch, shut the fuck up. X you. All of this. And I'm like, listen. I was a store owner in Florida. So I go back to Florida. And I said, what you're doing is very wrong. Now you're trying to act, because then he started talking all night. I said, you know what? If you want to help, help. If you're going to agree, agree. But don't do the secret shopping around people and making us uncomfortable. That's a sign of harassment. I'm
Okay,
not
let me
trying
ask
to
you a
take
question. Let me ask you a question. They were only following you. They was following nobody else. Or that's it, just you.
just me and my goddaughter the whole time. And then now we
Were
are
you the only
getting
black person in the store
only people left in the store,
that was
along with
black?
the shopping people.
Well, let me. Well,
That's security. That was security because the store was locked. You know when they announced 10 minutes and we were gathering up our last merchandise to come to the
uh-huh.
front, they closed the store. So everybody else that was in there was employees that was pretending to shop. So now they all behind the register, like 4 or 5 of them, cussing us back and forth. Now they want to tell us, get out the store, stop bringing up her stuff. She was telling the cashier to not bring up my stuff, the manager, shut up and get out. So I said, are you insane? I know my rights. I'm going to get my merchandise. I've been in here. You guys been harassing us all the time. Now you want to tell me shut up and get out? I said, where does this happen? So all of this is happening. I did not know these people call the police on us because it only take like 4 minutes to ring up some stuff. And the police, as soon as we walk out, they was zooming around the parking lot in front of the store. They pull up. So I didn't even go to my car. I just stood there. He immediately got out of the car.
So you got to your car. The police officer made you get out of your car.
No, I didn't get to my car yet. When we got out of the store, that's why I'm saying they have to be and call the police because I can't see police being dispatched and coming there in like 3-4 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't even think personally. I do not believe they called the 911. I think they called one of the police friends that live in the neighborhood or family member because just the things that he did, I don't see them as normal police procedure.
Okay, so the police officer got there. What did he say to you?
First thing, he came into my face, so you're the ones they called. And I said, I cannot believe he did not really call the police. And for what? He's like, they don't want you in their store. You can, sir, but I've been in the store. You can't go in their store if they don't want you in their store. So I said, this is TJ Maxx. Isn't this a public store? But if you felt uncomfortable, why didn't you leave? I said, sir, because I was already in the things that I had in my pocket, what I needed. Was you see I have a bag with items? But I'm telling you, you can't go in the store. How is that? Isn't this a public store? So now he's telling me, put your bags down.
Well, sister, let me explain something. Well, sister, hold on. Let me explain something to you about that. If even though yes, it's a public store, and everybody should be able to go in and shop. If a business, even if it's discriminatory, asks you, they don't really want you there, then you really would have to leave, or it turns into trespassing. And that's what they'll try to get you on, because it seems like they were just being rude, ugly. And me personally, I don't care where I was about to go. I would not spend my money in that store because you're not going to disrespect me like that and take my money at the same time. And the problem with a lot of black people is that we allow people to disrespect us, but yet we still give them our money. And I'm just saying, to me personally, they wouldn't have got a dime. You spent way too much money in that store to be talked to like that. If anything, they should be kissing your butt because you spending that much money in that particular store. But the police officer's talking to you. What happened from there?
Yeah, so when he's saying I can't go in, so I'm going to let him know, sir, when I did walk in there freely, and nobody told me that I cannot be in this store until we got to the register, paying for the stuff, she wanted to kick me out. Oh, drop your bag. So I'm like, why am I dropping my bag, sir? I want to make sure there's no crime being committed here. So I said, what kind of call did you get? Because nobody did anything. All we did was exchange verbal words, verbal arguments. He was like, you know what? Put your hands behind your back. So I'm like, for what, sir? You're not being cooperative. So I'm being cooperative for what? I'm just speaking and telling you how I feel. I'm telling you how I feel. Like, this is what happened. Put your hands behind me, done drape me up, lift up my shirt, rub my ties and everything down. Like, I've never seen a police officer handle a female and search them the way you did. And I have on, like, the skinniest tight had, like jeans. I mean tights. It wasn't even jeans material.
Okay,
and
so
a sheer shirt.
okay, let's read. So you have a male police officer. He just lifts your shirt in front of everybody. I mean, how much did he expose? He exposed your bra and all this other stuff, and he did this.
He just lived, as me and my goddaughter standing in, employees is in the store. He didn't even go to the employees at that time or anything. He just lift up my shirt. Sir, he drape my hands behind my back. You know when you hold someone's hands from their arm?
Uh-huh.
And he have it behind my back and he lift up my shirt the next time and he's rubbing me down. And I have to, like, I'm like, why would you be doing this? Oh, the bathroom security don't have any weapon. But you cannot search me, sir, like that. For what reason? I don't even have on that much clothes, not even a jacket. Then he put down cuffs on me, telling me to sit on the curb. So I'm like, sir, can I just stand here? Because I don't want to get a cold sitting on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, sit there, I'm going to put you in my patrol car. So I'm telling my God how to record this. Record this. I hope you get this on camera. Oh, he said if you don't be quiet or something, I'm just going to put you in the patrol car. So I said, Marisa, I have to phone and call 911. And that's when he called out officers and put me in the police car.
So he eventually put you in the police car because you questioning him like, why are you doing this? I haven't done anything. All I did was come into the store. I spent money. I have a receipt. They calling you for whatever reason, but yet he don't want to hear nothing of it. He's just treating you.
He's just saying it's a crime and he want to make sure there's no crime. So I'm asking him, like, what did they call to tell you? Because when he put me in that cuff, I'm like, you're acting like someone called you and said we were doing something wrong or we did something. We didn't do anything for all of this because they did still end up selling us the stuff. So if we did anything, we wouldn't have been out the store with the store being closed. We were the last people in there. So when I'm in the police car, it's just him and her then. So he's telling her all this stuff, I'm being detained, and it's like she can't come to the car and talk to me. And all of them, I've seen them pick up the pocketbooks and went through them with a flashlight and all that. So eventually he came and he said, yeah, I'm like, you know what? You did all of that. I said I would spend all my money to get a lawyer for this because this don't make no sense.
Yeah.
I said you did. I said because you expect to find something in our bags and you think that would justify the way you treat me. I said that's wrong. You was wrong in a whole. Oh man, you're free to now. You're free to go now. And I was like, sir, what's your name? I'm called Deputy Jameson 4509. Temecula, and I called the non-emergency number like since last night and this morning just so that I could make a report because I felt like the officer just did not approach the situation. It's
so basically what he did, well, hold on, because I'm just making sure I recap. So basically, after he searched you, he handcuffed you, told you to sit on the curb, but you said you was going to be cold, so he going to put you in a patrol car. So after he did his little thing, he said you was free to go. No charges were pressed, correct?
Yeah, but he didn't my life.
So they banned you from TJ Maxx for the rest of your life.
Verbally, he did not run our names. He did not take no identification from me or nothing like that. He did not speak to not one employee in that store, that particular office.
So he told you you're banned from TJ Maxx, or TJ Maxx told you you're banned?
No, he told me I'm banned from TJ Maxx for the rest of my life. If I go anywhere like that, I'm going to be arrested for trespass.
Well, you know what? This is how I would handle that, okay? I would never go back to TJ Maxx or any TJ Maxx in the United States of America. Because this is the thing. As black people, we need to start imposing economic sanctions on any company that's going to do us like that. You don't treat us like criminals when we have money. Because I just recently read a Black Enterprise article that states that black people have a $1.1 trillion buying power. So that means black people got a lot of money. And we need to start using our money appropriately. And if any of these companies treat us bad like this, then we do not need to shop with them, period. Because, sister, I'm sorry, I don't care where I was going to go. I wouldn't even spend my money there before it even got that bad. Because you're not going to follow me in the store. Like sometimes you go in these Arabian stores, okay? And they be trying to follow you, looking at what you're doing. I turn around. I walk right back out. Because I say, you're not going to be following me around like I'm some criminal. I got money. I'm not about to steal nothing from your raggedy behind. And I think most black people need to do that. If they start following you, leave. Don't stay in their stores. We don't have to patronize any store. I drive down the street before I sit here and allow somebody to do me like this. So I know you felt embarrassed. And I know you say, how did your daughter react to all this? I mean, what was her conversation to you after all that happened?
She was outside with him, and I don't know, she's the one who was talking to him then. I know it's just on the recording part. She was asking him, how is it you want me to listen to you, sir? No, she said, what really hurted me the most is that you do not want to listen to her or us, but you want me to listen to you. Oh, well, she's not one. He said he's going to go and see if I'm calm. So she's like, she's calmed down. She's been calm, but you don't want to listen to her. So, of course, she's going to be upset. No, I'm calm. She's not calm. So she said, how would you know that if you've been standing over here this whole time you had her in the car? So that was the conversation.
And see, that's the problem with a lot of these police. You can't talk to them, and especially as black people. The moment we sit up there and question them, you're being aggressive. Let me do you something. But anybody else, I've got videos on my YouTube channel where other groups of people are straight talking to the police like they dogs. They get away with it. But us as black people, they ready to shoot us, arrest us, say we be in disorderly conduct and everything else. The moment we question the police about something they doing to us, when we have rights and privileges by the Constitution of the United States like any other group in this country. That stuff is wrong, it's sad, and me personally, I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of how we are treated as black people.
Then he did that, and he put on these handcuffs on me so hard and so tight, like he's squeezing my two hands together for no reason. Like, I'm very small, and this is a big, strong, buff officer, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you define as small, which is like what, 5? How tall are you? How tall are you? Like 5 foot, 5'1"? How tall are you?
5 or 5'1", yeah.
5 or 5'1", so you small, and this guy will look like 6'2", 6'3" type of guy? How big you think the guy was? How big you think the guy was?
He's like 5'7" or 5'8".
Oh, okay. Well, he wasn't that big of a guy. Probably got little man syndrome, but
he's like,
yeah, but he's bigger than you.
He's a muscle type person. So I pulled up my hand, and then the way he put the handcuff, I have this knot on my wrist that just came out. And I'm like, sir, my hands, you were just squeezing it. But he wasn't even trying to listen to me. He just snapped on the handcuff real hard. And now you're pulling me by the handcuff, telling me to sit down. Like, come on now.
It's,
Nothing happened for all of that.
And this is wrong. But like I said, this is utterly wrong to be treated this way. And where is this TJ Maxx? Like, where is it located?
The TJ Maxx is in Temecula, California, right off of Winchester in like the 15 highway.
Okay, so what's the name of the city again?
Temecula, Temecula.
Oh, Temecula, something like that. Okay, California.
Yeah, California.
Okay, right. So anybody that lives in that area, I wouldn't go to TJ Maxx because obviously look at the way they're treating, our sister. There's no reason for that. We should not give our money to any business that's going to treat our people like that. We have money too. We work hard every single day to earn our keep. And you're going to treat us that way. And that's the way I personally feel. If you do it to one, you do it to all. That's kind of how I feel about it. Because the black people, we don't act that way, and we need to get back to that.
Yes, and guess what? This is something that's going on in Riverside County in California. Because our experience since Friday shopping after Thanksgiving, it's been horrible everywhere. And it's like, one of the time I'm like, maybe I just came out of the house in my sweats, and maybe that draws some, I don't know. But I'm just like, every store we went in prior to this, they act very funny in Riverside County, like Victoria's Secret, the coats. I got them purchased a couple of coats. I just these things are on big clearance, and they act like you're not allowed to walk around with these bags, or we as black people, as soon as they see 3 females with 4 bags each or something, it's a problem. But there's so many people with millions of bags walking around that nobody have a problem. You go into True Religion, you reach to the next employee in the store. She comes immediately where you at. If you touch anything, they check behind. They're right there, every rack. Like, I used to work for retail, so I kind of have a good idea of things that you're not supposed to do, which is harassment. But sometimes, sir, just because, they say you love to play the race card, you try to avoid certain things and you keep on moving, because I do have like 4 kids of my own that I'm trying to take care of. And it's kind of like hard to even deal with this on an everyday basis, and it's been going on. But that treatment last night, it was the worst. because they were very bold. They didn't try to act no kind of way. And imagine this, when you see the video, you'll see what the loss prevention guy looked like. He have on dark shades in the store. He didn't have it on the whole time, but then he put it on. Like, you guys are the only people in this store, and it's just me and her. We could have been, like, saying we felt threatened and all of this stuff, but I was really trying to do the mind over matter thing. Just keep going, because I know, you know, my hours is short, and I have to, like, get certain things done. I'm trying to get my flight, and I miss it and lose more money. And I understand a whole lot of things that we do let happen to us, and I'm not trying to do that no more.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that is right. In this world, we are all the same.
It's right. We are all the same, and we all are people. But at the same time, as black people, we got to stop letting these people, these companies, and whoever else treat us like we are second-rate citizens. Because let me tell you something. People will treat you the way you allow them to treat you, and black people allow other people to treat them like that. Because when you stand up and say, you're not going to treat me this way, I'm not going to patronize you, I'm not going to shop here, or whatever, I got money too, like any other group of people that's in this store, like they following me, or like they followed you, you got bags, I would have left. I wouldn't have shopped there. That's simple. I'm not about to, that's the thing. We do not have to give our money to nobody, sister. Understand that. You don't have to. Keep your money in your pocket and go to a store who will willingly accept you there and willingly take your money. Because I'm sorry, at the end of the day in business, the only color I see is green. I don't see no skin color.
Thank you.
Because that money can come from anybody's hand. So why I want to sit here and say I don't want this group of people in my store because, you know, I think they're going to steal. Man, people of all races steal. You know what I'm saying? They think only black folks steal. Let me tell you something. The biggest thieves I ever seen is Wall Street bankers. Look at Bernie Madoff. How many people money he stole his Ponzi scheme. Look at Ken Lay from Enron. All the pensions that he took from somebody. Those guys, those two guys alone have stole more money than black people will ever steal. But yet we steal everything. Little penny ante stuff. Yeah, I understand. They got some black folks that steal. Yes, they do. They got criminals in every race. But you don't sit up. In every race there's a criminal. In every race somebody shoplift. They got video of all people doing this stuff. But when it comes to black folks, if one of us do it, we all did it. And that's what sucks.
Mm-hmm.
We do not get the individuality clause like other groups get. It's like we represent for everybody. And that's what
sucks. They just look at your color, sir. They just look at you. Especially in this part of California. I don't know what kind of black people they're used to running into. Because it's just TJ Maxx. Your stuff is affordable. So, and at the time when we really was getting the most pressure with all these, is in the little food aisle. Like, what are we gonna take from your food aisle? And stop making it seem like you can help me find food.
Yeah.
Because they wasn't trying to help me. I've been in the store and nobody came before all of the sneaking around. Because when we first got there, I really didn't pay notice to nobody. Because we taking pictures of myself for the first time, and I don't like to take pictures. And I'm like doing all the little things, we're trying to find the little stuff that we need or whatever. And that was it. But then they made it so obvious, nobody tried to like do a discreet. It's like, we certain you guys have something, so we're going to call the police. And when the police came, the way he treated me is just because, okay, eventually I'm going to find something that's going to justify it because you're going to go to jail. That's why he did that. Of course.
They always try to find ways to put charges on black people and hurt our way of making money because, when they see certain charges on your record, they don't want to give you a job and trying to keep us from not having anything because that's what they want to do. They always want black people to not have nothing. That's why I say our particular freedom that we must start to look more into is creating our own business, making money on our own that's independent of this system, because this system is created a certain way and we don't want to be subjected to it when we all know that they don't like black men and black women. They don't want us to have nothing. The fact of the matter is they probably was jealous that you, a black woman, could go in there and spend that kind of money and you got them working at TJ Maxx now making a doggone thing, probably can't afford to go spend that kind of money in that store. Sometimes that's what a lot of it be. They don't want black people to have nothing. They don't. They can't stand to see. The thing is, you don't like black people, some of those folks like that. You want to talk about black people when they broke, but you're mad when black people have something. Which one is going to be?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Oh, these black people on welfare. These black people need to work and do this and do that. And then they do it, then that's a problem too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it.
And the demeaning attitude, the little put down, you like, you get treated, they do it so boldly that last night is like, okay, I'm not supposed to purchase anything what did y'all expect from us? Like, seriously, you just keep sending everybody to follow behind us, and it didn't make no sense. Because their store is so clean, and no go bags don't work like that. You don't have one person going to every little department, one item, when you can just do individual departments. It was just so bold. Like, you know, when you certain, and I know they have cameras in there, so y'all can watch the cameras. You don't have to do that direct secret stuff behind people, and we know, we're very well aware of it, because we're talking amongst each other about them doing it, and I'm like, maybe they think we're special.
Sure. See, I guess I got more mouth because if I'd have noticed that guy following me, by the time by the second aisle, I would have stopped what I was doing. I'd have went up to them and like, hi, how you doing? You following me? Think I'm gonna steal something? I said, okay, that's fine. You know, I said, your little penny in the job you got trying to chase somebody down. I said, let me leave. I mean, I was love. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna put up with you. I don't have to give you my money. So this is what I feel, sister. You learn something about, you know, being treated horribly, being profiled, and dealing with these, you know, old crooked police that's in everywhere in this country, and what black people have to deal with. If anybody follows you in the future, just walk out. That's what I would do.
Yeah,
walk out. Do not return. Don't waste your time, because we do not have to shop in no store where we're not wanted. How is you gonna take my money but you don't want me there? Man, forget you. But you sit up there and kiss butt on everybody else? No, hell no. Forget that. And I would put on Facebook the whole situation. I would tell everybody. That's how I would do it. I'll make sure I spread it.
Because I think we should just really, for real, come together. They always stick together.
That's right. We do as black people.
Together last night.
Yeah. Exactly. As black people, we do need to stick together because nobody else comes to our defense. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody. When we go through these situations, yeah, sometimes, you know, other groups of people will say something here and there. But for the most part, we got is each other. And that's been going on since day one, since we got to the shores of this land called America. So we need to stick.
I think that's why we keep getting abused by the system so much too. Like you said, nobody follows it up. And they know this. They know that we do not take time out to do the necessary to even put a stop to this. So it's going to keep continuing, like you say. So I have to take the initiative and do something different.
Yeah, we need to. The main thing is, as black people, we need to do is when these things happen, we need to expose it every time. Don't let this stuff go on and let us get swept under the rug, because when you sweep it underneath the rug, they're going to keep doing it. When they expose, when you shine a light on who they are and what they did, then, you know, maybe we can just make a change in some of the things that's going on. Because, you know, when Malcolm X and Martin Luther King fought against this stuff, they was, you know, exposing what was happening to black people. Now, they never talked about it. They never tried to fight against it. We'll still be having the same things they had back in their time period.